Welcome to online teaching. We are discussing chapter 10, Displacing Indigenous Peoples. This is module 3rd. In this we will continue the mutual perceptions that we discussed yesterday. That what were the assumptions, what were the feelings of European and the American people. Okay. As you know that we are discussing about America and Canada. Okay. Now you can see Canada and USA are having a lot of area. You may say if you see in the means, they are at the second and third largest area in means or largest area that is covered by these two countries. Okay. Now, earlier as we have seen that in Canada 40% forestry area, oil fields are there, and even some of the mines are there, and other mineral resources are also there. So it means even how they acquire, because lot of area were there under the forest and they were covered with the white snow, and it means these things are found. Okay. Now USA, how USA expanded his area, that was in mid 19th century. Louisiana was taken from France. That means by the money, by the use of money, they purchased Louisiana from France and Alaska from USA. Alaska from USA. And this was the reason that they expanded their territory. Because, and even they also acquired some area of Mexico is also taken by USA, that is into the southern part. So it means this is the reason that they have a large area, because these Alaska and Louisiana, they were the colonies, they were the part of this France and Russia. Okay. Now what happened, and even so, because now they can practice agriculture, they can rear animals, and another thing was there about the Britishers. So as we have seen that during this time period, some of the Europeans left their native land and they migrated to America. Now what happened? The people from Germany, Italy, France, Sweden and other countries of Europe, what was the situation? That these people in Europe, they do not have land. Yeah, their land was overtaken by the rich landlords. Yeah, they were thrown away. And another reason may be there, that they did not have any part of the land as an inheritance. Yeah, their forefathers, their fathers did not have any part of the land, so they were landless. They have heard that in Canada and USA a lot of area is there that is under the forest. So what will they do? They will practice agriculture. They will practice agriculture and cultivate rice and cotton or even wheat, because in these European countries these crops were not grown, and they will sell in the market and they will improve their economic condition and they will become rich. This was the mentality of these European people regarding the Native American people. American people were not in a position to oppose. Okay. Now, what happened? The climatic condition in America, or you may say Canada, that were not good. Okay, in especially North America. What happened in North America? That was a cold area. In South America, a little bit hot area. Here the Britishers can survive, but here they have the problem. As you have seen that plantation agriculture, some slaves were taken from Asia and Africa for agriculture, but mostly died because it was a you may say long journey, and some of the problem may be there, or some anyhow they died. So now what happened? So these slaves were there, they were living, that were from Asia and Africa and even to the Europe also. What was the problem? That these slaves were living a slummy life, or you may say that is life that have all the problems. No hygiene, no freedom, no money, nothing. They were tortured, they were exploited. So it means even we may say inhumane, that not considered regarding the humans. So what happened? These slaves were living this type of the life, and even their generation that were also considered slaves. Their generations were also considered slaves. It means the situation was worse, especially in the means of these slaves. So what happened? In 1861 to 1865, there were the slaves revolt, and it may be only up to the 10 to 20 years more, but that was the peak time. Now what happened? That it was to be controlled. It was the, you may say, the time period of this Abraham Lincoln, that was the president at that time, because slave, you may say, problem that started, and due to this discrimination of black and white, that was also the problem. So that was a major issue at that time, and the Asians and Africans, they were maximum sufferers. They were maximum sufferers. So they wanted the equality, the freedom, and this was the time period that this revolt gave the best of the result, and situation came under the control. Situation came under the control. Okay. Same situation was in Canada also. That in Canada also, because it was also a vast area, and it was taken by France as well as England. Now up to that 1890s or 1880s, they were also able to set them free also. So we can say these were the mutual perceptions that were going in America and Canada. And a lot of problems, because the European people, they were changing the American people according to them. And the native people, they were not in a position. So these were some of the perceptions, that were some of the views that we have discussed.